At this point, it's no secret how popular AI tools like ChatGPT and Claude have gotten. Most Salesforce users are wanting to take advantage of these tools to streamline their processes in Salesforce. This isn't something that we should be afraid of. In fact, this is something that salespeople I've been working with for decades have always wanted, and the good news is that dream is now a reality. For example, data entry is one of those things that as a salesperson always drives us crazy. With Claude and ChatGPT, what we now have the ability to do is talk to our AI and have our AI take actions for us directly inside of our CRM, saving us tons of time in data entry and manual processes. So today, what we're going to show is how we can set up what's called a hosted MCP server inside of Salesforce so that you can continue using your AI tools, continue building your AI capacity, and streamline those processes inside of Salesforce. Today, we're going to go through setting up MCP servers in your Salesforce account. As of the summer 26 release, you should have MCP servers already deployed in your org. So from the quick find, we will type in MCP. We'll go down to Integrations, API Catalog, and find our MCP servers. You want to be aware that you might be billed for MCP server usage, so you want to take some time to learn about flex credits and what the billing implications will be. From here, what you'll find is that there are some standard MCP servers that are set up for us that come with tools and supported prompts. These different MCP services allow us to determine what types of capabilities we want to give to our external AI client. You also have the ability to create your own custom MCP services if you want to have an added layer of control or security to your MCP service. We would typically recommend using a custom Salesforce MCP server. That way, when you're provisioning these services to your user, you have more control over what AI has the ability to do within your system. For now, what we are going to do is give S-object all, which means we're going to give our MCP server the ability to have access to all our standard objects. So from the S-subject all, we'll simply activate it. And that is going to give us this server URL that we'll use with our MCP service. Once we have our hosted MCP service set up in Salesforce, we'll head into our AI tool. Right now, we're going to test a free version of Claude AI. We'll click on the Customize, select a connector, and then we will add our own custom connector. In this instance, we'll give it the name of Salesforce. What you have the ability to do is create different specific MCP services. So if you wanted to have your AI tool like Claude or ChatGPT only speak to one or two specific objects in your account, again, we would recommend setting those up specifically and then having a custom connector for each specific MCP service you want to implement. For Salesforce, you will need to make an OAuth client ID and secret. You'll set that in your Salesforce external app. And once you have this up and running, you'll be able to talk to Salesforce directly from Claude. In order to create your client secret and ID and give access to the MCP service, we will create an external client app. So we have gone to the external client app manager. We're going to name this one Claude. I'm just going to put my contact information in here for now. And what's most important is that we enable the OAuth usage. The callback URL is what we'll grab from Claude. We will use this callback URL for Claude. And then the services that we want to make available are going to be the MCP servers. And we'll also want to include platform requests at any time. Under security, we will remove these requirements. for web server flow and refresh token flow. And we will require proof of key for code exchange, and we will issue JSON Web Token JWT-based access. With that, we should be able to create our app. And once our app is created, we have our consumer key and secret that we'll be using inside of Claude. You do not want to share these with anyone because we don't want to allow anyone to connect their AI to your Salesforce instance. Once you authenticate and allow the service, you'll see Salesforce is now available, and you can chat with Claude about your Salesforce account. And that's it. Again, what we recommend as best practices would be to make sure that you're really in control over the scope of what your AI can do inside of your Salesforce org. Some of the really popular use cases we're seeing are giving AI the ability to make updates to custom objects, to help run additional analysis on data, whether that's opportunity, contact data, marketing data, campaign data, you name it. The world is really wide open on all the directions that you can take with your AI and your Salesforce CRM. If you want to reach out to Cypress for help in implementing or learning best practices or training up your team in how to use these tools, we're only one email away. You can contact me directly, Brandon@cypresslearning.com. As always, we hope this content was helpful for you, and we look forward to seeing what awesome things you create with AI and your Salesforce platform.